Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Hello, people. Hi, guys. Welcome back to this amazing YouTube channel. You know you've missed me. I've missed you guys too, okay? Thanks for tuning in. My name is Hefzibah, and I am filming from the US of Anambra State, USA. I mostly film about being a Nigerian in the US, but it's usually, I think the things I'm going to be putting out will be applicable to other developed countries, so stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do us the honors by subscribing. And if you're an old member, thank you so much for sticking with me through this amazing journey. But I'll go straight to what brought me here in the first place. Okay, so today I'm going to be a little bit serious, okay? Because seriousness is my middle name. Hefzibah Seriousness Ozioma. Oh Jesus, Hefzibah, did you really say that? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm hyped. But anyway, today I'm going to be a little bit serious and give some gems to my people here, okay? So if you are planning to apply to college, this video is for your life. If you are planning to apply to grad school, well, to be specific, for a master's program, this video is also for you. Now if you're thinking of professional degrees, come, let's give ourselves a group hug, okay? But that video will be coming out shortly, but not now, maybe sometime in the near future. So right now I'm just going to be talking about college application because I've been there and I've done that. So yeah, I'm just going to be talking about college and master's program basically, and stay tuned. So here's the thing that I don't think so many of us know. When it comes to college application and masters, so grad school application, chances are, I think you have like 80% chance of getting in, except if you're applying to Ivy League schools or those very prestigious schools that people know. So it's not the kind that you tell people I go to this school and they're like, where's that on the map of the world? Because they don't even know it's in the US or in Canada. So it's like, where is that school located? But if you're not applying to those prestigious schools or like Ivy League schools, you're just applying to normal schools that are also good, chances are you'll get in, okay? Because why? It's a business, fam. You are not going to a non-profit organization. You're going to a school that you're going to a place that operates on money, okay? So they need money to pay their professors. They need to make money. They need money to go and be recognized and all these things that matters to school admins. So chances are you're getting. So that's not the hurdle. The hurdle is not getting accepted, except, like I said, except if you're applying to Ivy League schools or you're applying to very prestigious schools. If you're applying to normal schools, which are like 80% of the schools in these developed countries, chances are you're getting. The thing though is, do you have the money? Do you have the resources made available to you? And some other things that you may not really think about until you find yourself there. So I'm just going to list a few of those things that I think are very important. And I mean, over time I'll update my list, and feel free to share more if you want to, because this is going to be a discussion based video, okay? All right, so let's start with the first one. If you are applying to a college or a grad school in another country, and you know that right out of, like, when you graduate, you don't want to, you know, go back home immediately. So maybe have like a year or two working before you go back home. You're in your home country. Please, dear, I am begging you. I don't have to nail them, but I'm begging you. Look at the, so first look at the country's immigration policies. That's number one. So if you want to go to Libya, I don't know why though, but if you want to go to Libya, you have to look at what their policies. If you want to go to Ukraine, if you want to go to USA, if you want to go to Canada, UK, whatever countries you want to go to, look at the immigration policies. Look at take their websites very seriously. So whatever they say about internationals or about foreigners in their country, take those seriously. And you can also call people that already live there to just tell you a little bit more on some things that you may not think about. But look at the immigration policies. Like, there are some countries that is right after school, maximum they'll give you 6 months and you're out the window. Thanks for doing business. No, not even thanks. It's more like, it was a pleasure doing business with you. Get out. Okay, so you need to find schools that, well, countries that match your needs. So if you know that right after school you want to work for a little while before going back home, do your research. Okay, Google is the best bet sometimes. Number two, funding. Money is a serious matter in this developed world, in these developed countries. Very important. Funding. Like, know the size of your pockets, basically. Like, talk to your sponsors, talk to yourself, and then look at the schools. Like, go to their website and just check for funding, because the things you don't realize is they may tell you maybe we're giving internationals say $1,000 scholarship, and you're rejoicing. So if you have to pay 49,000 and they give you 8,000, what's the difference? Like, just help me. What's 8,000 compared to 49,000? Okay, so you have to look at funding. And if you're looking at funding, so if you're an international student looking for funding for scholarship, and so let's just assume that you've identified the schools that you're looking at, that you're interested in applying to, then you're looking at funding. My dear, please, there should be no traffic that will stop you or slow you down at the financial aid webpage. That's not your business. Okay, if you're a foreigner, go to scholarship and grants. Some will tell you if they are merit-based, some will tell you if they are need-based, and then some will tell you if they have, you know, wealthy people from outside, you know, like that they're affiliated with, that are giving scholarships to people. Again, scholarship and grants is where you should be finding yourself in. That's where the traffic should hold you at, not financial aid. So look at funding. Very important. Know how much you can afford, and also keep in mind that maybe when you're applying, your exchange rate might be like 300 to $1. But exchange rate is not a stable something. Okay, so it may be 300 to $1 now. In a year and a half, or even in 6 months, it will go up to $600, or in 2 years it's just up there. So you need to put that in mind, that exchange rate is as unstable as, let me not say this on camera, but very, very unstable. Okay, so you need to be like plus or plus. There's no plus or minus when it comes to tuition, funding, and exchange rates. It's always a plus, especially if you're coming from a third world country. So that exchange rate is it fluctuates a lot, so it's quite unstable. So just try to put a buffer room while you're calculating your funding and all of that fun stuff. Number 3 is your location. So when you're looking at schools and you're looking at the sizes, you know, maybe if you're a foreigner, it's generally nice to have like a close community that, you know, you can rub minds with, you know, that you can talk to and stuff like that. They'll look out for you. But you also need to look at the location of the schools that you're applying to. All right. So when I say location, I mean if you have money for a big city, good for you. If you don't, that's okay. All right, you're going to be fine, my darling. But what you have to look at when you're applying to school is like, what are you interested in? So for instance, if you're interested in like science, any science course, or like, you know, tech stuff, you probably want to look at the states. So I'll use the US for instance. If you're interested in healthcare, or you're interested in, yeah, I'll say healthcare, you know, number one thing that a state that people always think about, Massachusetts. So you generally would want to look out for states like that that have, you know, a lot of startup companies relating to your field. So things like that, because when you're in school you would want to, you know, have summer research experiences, and usually it's nicer if you're close to them and they're, we recognize your school, than when you're in the middle of nowhere they're like, who is this person, where are you from? So you need to know the location and what the state is known for. It also helps when you're, you know, graduating and you're trying to find a job. If there's like a career fair, you'll see people within your field coming for the career fair. But if you just go to a random place and say the thing that they are well known for, their design, graphic arts and stuff like that, but you're there, you want to do pre-med, I don't know how to help you in this situation. No, I know, but do I really know? I don't know, but we'll find out. You know, we'll find solutions to that. So yeah, what was I saying? Location matters. Look at what you're interested in doing as an undergrad or as a grad student, and look at the location. Try to be reasonable as well. So if you see that these cities or the area that you're looking at, that would be good for your career growth, if you see that those places are not quite expensive, then you may want to look at something that's like an hour or two away, so that you won't be too far, but then, you know, you'll be able to afford something basically. So location. Number 4, I kind of touched on that briefly. School size. If you're a foreigner, or if you're just leaving home to another place, so for instance, maybe you're living in a place like Texas and you're moving to New York is even good, and you're moving to Iowa, like in the middle of Iowa, you have to know the school size. If it's a very big school that nobody would really care about you that much, maybe you want to reconsider. If it's a small school that will have like support systems and like structures set in place to help people who are far from home, that may be the right option or the best option for you. So look at the school size and basically choose the medicine that you want to drink. Okay, school size is very important. People usually go to big schools. That's good for you, but for me, I will always advise undergrads, if you find a small school, my dear, take yourself there to a small school, because you have more opportunities, you know, to explore your major or your career path or things like that. So I usually encourage for undergrads, if you find a small school and you feel like the pricing is reasonable enough, might be expensive, but usually it's good for you as an undergrad. Then as a graduate student, of course, the bigger the better, because then you would really have to network your way through every place, everything basically. So the size of the school matters. So look at the size of the school, look at its proximity to companies, and maybe its proximity to places that you may be interested in relocating to after school. Okay, capish? Yes, thanks for still sticking around. I think this video is getting too long, but we'll see what we can do about that. The next one is, yeah, I think we're going to have to split this. So I will see you guys in the next one, which will be recorded in a little bit. Okay, stay tuned. I'm trying to get that out of my view. Before you ever will hear me now, be like, what are you doing with your life? Or what are you saying? I think that is manageable. So we'll start. Hello guys.